Let's toss it over to our Gina Mangieri now, who is in Wailuku, Maui. Gina?
Joe, I'm here at Happy Valley at the base of the Wailuku River. Take a look at this. Now, this is at the sort of tail end, so to speak, near the bottom of the Wailuku River. Now, up this valley here, if you followed it up, you can't see it. It's obscured by the clouds. That's farther up into I'ao Valley. Now, this morning, no sooner had Tropical Storm Olivia made landfall than almost immediately got a notice from the county. Kapaniwai Bridge area of I'ao Valley Road closed due to potential threats of flooding, landslides, and the like. We headed right over there to see and to take a look. And we were escorted past the closure by county officials. And we saw landslides, the river up there especially just raging. And we were up there then with Mayor Alan Arakawa and the city emergency, the director of the county's emergency management. And here's what they told us while we were up there. Now, we were past the live signal, so we want to take a look back at what they told us right up there deep into I'ao Valley at the scene of the slides.
Well, the residents have reported that the river was flowing very heavy. So what we're looking at now, they say it's about 2 or 3 times that amount of water was coming down earlier this morning. And that's enough for us to be able to be very concerned, because in the past, we've had this entire area flood out and take out large chunks of property and literally isolating residents on top of buildings as the river went through their homes. So we're coming up here, we're checking, we're making sure that we're taking the precautions that are necessary. As you can see, there are landslides that have occurred in a number of different places and rocks around the road. So it's not safe for people to be driving through because at any time we could have these kinds of landslides. As we were looking at earlier pictures up the river, you could see the waterfalls that are coming off. Those are abnormal. You don't see those very often, but there's enough water coming through right now to be very concerned about.
That's right. And of course, this area is no stranger to the damage that those waters can cause. It was 2 years ago tomorrow that the historic I'ao Valley flood hit, causing millions of dollars in damage just to city infrastructure alone. The cost to widen the river, to put in additional safety measures, not to mention the cost to private property. And the county has been on it today. I could hear cleaning out all of this, all of the streams and the drains and that. And Director of Emergency Management, we saw some of that happening. Tell me what it is that's been going on.
And you know, it has been an ongoing effort. We've been doing it now for the last several weeks or so, going out, cleaning out culverts, and in this case, the drainage that was happening. You know, and so whenever we see that there's a problem, that there's a potential problem, we try to lean forward and be proactive, and we're out here cleaning out drainage so that we can prevent flooding and whatnot.
Side effect of this was a beautiful sight that even longtime, lifetime Maui boy Mayor Alan Arakawa said he doesn't even get to see very often. These epic waterfalls from the top of I'ao Valley coming down, a beautiful and rare sight. That was a real treat. And then we were all sure to get out of there as the rain started coming, and we all wanted to be back to safety for sure. We also did see some diligent work of county crews cleaning out with really fierce water injections into these drains to make sure that the homeowners nearby wouldn't have any backups in that area. The Wailuku River has been widened up there in that 2 years since that, again, that 2 years tomorrow, that epic flood. So they're really trying to do a lot better work with all of that flood control that goes on in that area. Now, as you can see down here in the Happy Valley area, things just raging. It is pouring here right now. If there was any doubt about when is the storm coming, well, it has come. That landfall that the Olivia made here within hours is really making a big wet and windy day here on the Valley Isle. Now, this is, of course, not the only area that's affected. Strong winds, lots of rain on Molokai, also on Lanai. Landslides in Hana. Power outages popping up here and there, and the MECO crews doing a real hard work to get out and get those things restored as best they can. It's been a wild one.
All right, Gina, this is Justin here. Thanks for your report. The boots on the ground there in Maui. I see that there's pretty heavy rain and persistent rain, and I know that you talked a little bit about the winds. How are those wind gusts been? Because just kind of looking right now, the winds, at least in your area, don't seem to be all that bad, but is it kind of a situation where the wind gusts go in and out of your area?
Exactly. You'll be walking along, a tree won't be moving, and suddenly you feel a push from your back. Well, it was the wind. You open a door and it flies open, and then a minute later, it's fine. It's been really crazy like that, and we know from the wind gauges at the airport, Lanai Airport, registering winds in the upper 40s and 50s this morning.
Yeah.
But it has been those bursts, those gusts, not a howling, consistent wind like you'd expect in a steady hurricane or that. Definitely been a different experience.
And in terms,
Justin and Joe, back to you.
Actually, I want to stick with you because you are actually at ground zero right now in terms of, the heaviest rains, not only across the islands, but into Maui, being so close to the West Maui Mountains and that Wailuku River. The radar returns that I'm seeing are pretty consistent in terms of, these waves of showers moving through. Is the rain that you're seeing right now, is this the heaviest that you've seen so far, or have there been rain bands that have been heavier than what is currently happening?
Now, for what I have personally seen down here in the Wailuku, Central and West Maui area, this is the heaviest that I have seen. I know the county said it was much heavier and consistent in Hana earlier today, but for what we've seen in, town, so to speak, or close to Wailuku and that, this is the heaviest and most consistent. And much like with the wind bursts, the gusts, the rain has been like that too. You'll look and you'll think it's doom and gloom, and then the blue sky would come out. And leading a lot of people around here to say, is it coming? Is it coming? And yes, this has been the most consistent so far, and we understand that emergency management in Maui anyway has been told to expect more wetness, I guess, as the back of this system comes through, even after the landfall, so to speak, that the back end will be wet like this throughout the day. They're expecting a lot of it. And as we saw from the landfall, it's from the landslides, after the landfall, the ground is so wet here already. They know it's so saturated. A lot of parts of the island just can't take it. They're expecting a lot of landslides like the one we were at in Iao Valley.
Gina, as you've been through Wailuku and other parts of Maui, Central Maui especially, is it pretty much the scene is that people are staying inside? Are they on the roads? Do you see them walking in neighborhoods?
People are pretty much, let's take a look at the river here. I mean, people are pretty much, there's one or two folks, sort of walking around outside. Just a minute ago, we had some folks down right next to us with the cameras here, taking a couple quick selfies and then dashing right back into the car. Not a lot of people just coming out for the sights at this point since the heavier rain started. Again, just about 10 minutes ago, especially here along this very scenic and rumbling Happy Valley section of the Wailuku River, people were out, coming, taking the kids up to take a quick look and scurry right back either under umbrellas or back into cars. But right now, it's coming down so heavy, I don't look around and see a lot of people who are coming out unless they absolutely have to.
All right, Gina Mangieri, thank you very much. Live on Maui, of course, and Lanai, taking the brunt of this tropical storm. And Justin, do you have another question for Gina?
No, I just I'm actually would like just to look at that that river again, because that is just incredible. The incredible amount of water that is moving through that. Now, keep in mind though, if let's say some heavy rain pops up in the West Maui Mountains, it's going to take some time for this water to move through, and I am seeing some very heavy rain continuing for that area, so we do kind of expect the river levels to be elevated and extremely dangerous. This is a flash flood warning going on right now, and just incredible amounts of water moving through the Wailuku River area and down from Iao Valley. So that's really the only thing I wanted to see, and I'm kind of fixated on that because, sometimes that Wailuku River, I mean, that area, it's like down to a trickle sometimes, but the engineers obviously knew that with a flash flooding situation, this is how wide we need to make these drainage areas, and it's working out pretty good right now.
Justin, where do we stand right now?
And in fact, if I can keep you a little bit longer, if we can get the video back up of the Wailuku River, we'll give the editors a little time to try to pull that. Now, this will be the part of the video where it's the rocky part of the river up from when we were in I'au Valley, and I'll explain it while they pull up that video. So if you see here, it's wide. You see the rocks, big rocks, and they're fairly clear because they're not the old moss-covered rocks. Okay, this is the landslide part. And then we also took a look down at the river. Now, it's much wider than it was before. Again, 2 years ago, tomorrow, what a coincidence. In 2016, September 13th, that's when they say upwards of 1 billion gallons of water started coming down there, and they're used to the water being in the millions during the day. The gauges hit an average of 1 billion, and it just rushed right through there. Now you see it nice and wide now. They say that's making a big difference. There also are solar-powered rain gauges right under the bridge at Kapaniwai where the road is closed. And we talked to residents while we were out there who said they have a lot of confidence in that they think this is working. We sure see it coming down here. I was talking to a resident who grew up right here across the street from Happy Valley, and he was telling me that back when the river had the bigger boulders up there in I'au Valley, the resident I was speaking with a moment ago said that this part of Happy Valley sometimes was down to a trickle because so much water would get caught back up in the back valley, the Kapaniwai Bridge area, that down here wouldn't see much. So in a way, I guess you could say that this scene here that's just transfixing us too is actually a good sign. Now, stay out of it. Do not go near it. The mayor even told me this is no time to go surfing Wailuku River. This is dangerous stuff. It is moving so fast. I don't know if the cameras pick that up, but dangerous for sure. And if anyone were venturing out toward Kapaniwai Bridge anyway, you wouldn't be able to get past. It's a roadblock for everyone's safety.